Welcome, everybody, to the Zach and Gus podcast for episode 16. Now, you will notice we haven't started with a rock-off. Okay, so we don't have a rock, paper, scissors because that was too hard to do. So we have an alternative, and that is flipping the bottle cap. Essentially, I'm going to flip it. Angus is going to guess whether it lands up or down. And then if Angus guesses it right, he's the winner. If he guesses it wrong, I'm the winner, and then it'll flip next week. Are we ready to start, Angus?
I am so ready, Zach.
Fire the opener.
This is Zach and Gus, the podcast.
So I'm starting with it facing down. So like that.
I'm gonna
what do you want to guess?
That it's gonna be facing up.
It's facing down. I'm the winner. Welcome, everybody, to the Zach and Gus podcast for week 16. Angus, welcome.
Yeah, we're here. Thank you, Zach. Thank you. You're the leader of the show. Must feel good.
I'm very glad to be back in my position. It feels good being here, might I say.
Back in your position. It's only your position when you're in it. It's not. You're not back in a position that's always yours.
Well, I mean, I guess it has been equal here, but I do prefer it being my position. So I would gladly say that I deserve to be in this position more than you.
Wow. Okay. All right. Well,
but I really wanted to start the show off with an attack on you, Angus. I'm honestly really not happy with how you've treated me.
How have I treated you?
And my privacy. Now, something
happened. I know what this is. I know what this is about.
Something happened this week.
Well, then can I turn this from an attack into a confession?
No, I would like to attack you first, and then you can confess something.
Okay.
So
but are you going to announce what I did, or am I going to get to announce what I did?
I'm going to announce what you did. I'm bringing this onto the show. Angus received a parcel from me.
I did.
And on the back of the parcel
surprise.
Is the return sender's address, which happens to be my address because I sent it to Angus. Now, in a realistic situation, would you post that address to your Instagram story and go, "Oh, thanks, Zach, for the mail," and plug my address to every single person on your Instagram?
Well, I don't think someone would do that if they realized what they were doing at the time.
So you're telling me you had no clue you were giving hundreds of people my home address?
No, look, as unrealistic as that sounds, at the time when I did it, I was like, I was taking a series of photos and putting a series of photos up, and I was putting them up in quite quick succession.
That is true.
I took the photo of the back to be like, "Oh, thanks, Zach." And I sort of disregarded the fact that there was an address there. Didn't disregard, I just, at the time, I kind of only saw the name. Which makes no fucking sense, because I was looking at the back of a letter where the return address would always be. But at the time, it was just a mental blank, Zach, and I didn't realize.
What's really annoying is I didn't notice that you had put this on your story until 2 hours after. So for 2 straight hours, my address was up there. And that is beyond annoying. It's all good, though,
because most of the people I know are in Melbourne, so they're not allowed to leave anyway.
So I'm safe for the next 5 weeks, and then after that, it's ghost or Zach.
It didn't get any screenshots as far as I know, but I don't
You
really
can't
check.
tell if people screenshot your Instagram story.
Yeah, you can, can't you?
No.
I'm fairly certain you can. I reckon we got to test this right now.
Okay, we'll put something on. Have you got something on your story?
No, because my phone's my webcam. I can't do that.
Okay, well, I know you can't, so...
All right, well, knowing Zach, ooh. Anyway, yeah, I apologize for that, Zach. It was very dumb, and I will admit that although I didn't mean to do it, the fact that I didn't mean to do it just really makes me look like an absolute idiot. So
it really does. You said you had a confession about it, though.
No, I wanted to confess that I'd done it before you said it to put me in a better light.
No, I was fully aware that you had done it, mate. I called you out on it.
Yeah, I know. All right, well, is that all you've got to say about that?
Yeah, apart from the fact that I'm thoroughly disappointed in my privacy.
Well, we have
permanently being
a pretty long-running meme on this show about like us doxing each other, and now I've like full-on doxed you. So
There's
that's
no
good.
further you can go than
It's
full
a
on giving
natural
out my
end.
address.
It's a natural end to the meme, and all memes must come to their natural end. And I offered afterwards. I was like, Zach, feel free to put my address on your story, but he didn't
See,
want to.
I didn't. I didn't want to because that's like a dog thing to do. But two, your address was on your story for the entire time. So, and you never took that off.
Yeah, well, yeah, I also didn't even think about that when I was putting the front of it on. I literally didn't even register the fact that it was like once I put a speed test on my Snapchat story and it showed my IP and someone was like, "Oh, you should be putting your IP address on your story." And I'm like, I just don't think about shit like that. Like,
So you've managed to dox both members of the team.
yes. But one
10
of
out of
them's
10
me,
work.
so it's fine. Okay, so when I first started planning for this show, which is probably, it's definitely the most planning I've done for the show in a long time.
Proud of you.
But at the start of the week, I actually started planning pretty much just after we recorded the last episode, and I was like struggling to think of ideas. So I was like, you know what? How many coffees could I drink?
Really?
I was just like, how many could I push myself to?
Yeah. I don't.
And I decided on a number in my head. I was like, I'm going to drink 20 coffees right now.
20.
Yeah.
Angus, that's a lot.
It is a lot. And I Googled it. Very hard to overdose on caffeine.
That's completely incorrect. Many people have died from an overdose of Red Bull or something.
Yeah, but that's not usually an overdose. It's usually linked to like something else. This wasn't like sugary energy drink. It was just coffee. And the amount of caffeine that you would have to consume in like such a short period of time would be pretty much impossible to do. So I was like, this is probably on like that little border between safety and stupidity. So I did it.
No, it's
well, I
stupid,
tried.
100%.
I attempted to do it. I made it to 14 coffees.
14, Angus.
I drank
Why? That's so stupid and so bad for your health. Why would you...
the
14
podcast,
coffees.
Zach. I literally did
No.
it just so I
Oh.
could be like, oh. And you don't even know how mad I was at myself that I couldn't make it to 20. I was genuinely pissed off at myself. I was like, you fucking failure.
Well, like, say, you've done a lot of negative things to your body. You've naturally, you treat your body like absolute shit sometimes.
Oh, yeah. Like, I've gone sober recently, but I still smash down fake beers and smoke backy bongs. That's just, that's just me.
So, like, it's no surprise that you've done this. I just do really feel for your body because, man, it's going through a wild roller coaster.
All right. Yeah. I guess we'll go from that into... This isn't looking good for me starting off the podcast. From literal insanity to more literal insanity, I was on a Discord call with some friends last night.
Yeah.
And it was getting to the end of the night, and everyone was like getting ready to log off at like it was like 11:30 p.m. Everyone was
So
getting
that's
tired.
reasonable. That's not
Yeah.
too horrible.
But everyone was getting tired. Everyone was talking about how...
Can you not drink your water? I don't have the horn prepared because I wanted to trust you.
That's your problem.
Hell. This is so annoying. I thought we were going to have some trust. I don't want to play the horn, but I feel like you need to stop drinking water on the podcast.
Okay, that'll be the last water drink for this show.
Okay.
So
But
yeah,
is
everyone
that
was
another
wanting...
promise that you're going to break?
I would... I shouldn't say that.
Just
It might
for
not
anyone,
be the last one.
For anyone
I'll
who's
say right
questioning it,
now, it might
Angus
not
did
be.
not. Angus did not get the video up by 8 a.m. this morning.
No, I didn't, which I promised last week. Anyway, we're going off track here.
In
the
fact,
point
I
is,
got the video up. You didn't get the video up at all.
yeah, I woke up and you had already put the video up, and that was at like 12:30 p.m.
You've done nothing. I mean, you did edit it for it.
Yeah.
Okay, your insanity on a Discord call.
So yeah, everyone was getting ready to go to bed, and I, being me, was like, no, stay, guys. I'll do some flipped up shit to make you stay.
Oh, Angus.
And by this point, by the way, I was already stripped down to my underwear with my legs over my desk and my
What the
webcam on.
fuck? Before the show, you were like,
Bro.
oh, it's not bad for the podcast, but I really don't know if I want to dox myself this bad. And you start off with the fact that you're nude except for your underwear at 11 o'clock at night on a Discord call.
My Discord calls go off. What can I say, Zach? What can I say? Some weird shit goes down.
Your Discord calls go off or you get off on a Discord call?
I don't get off. It's not sexual to strip down
Yes,
just
it
to
is.
just your underwear in front of some good mates.
That's just weird. It's just incredibly
While
weird.
also encouraging them to do so as well.
No, that's weird. That's sexually weird. That's weird, mate.
Anyway, that's not the point. That's
We should
not
just stop
that's not
bleeping
the story.
shit because
By the time
this
people were
podcast
wanting to
has
leave,
dropped.
I had already done that, and this was a Discord call, not a Zoom call. In Zoom, you can do the cool background stuff that we're doing right now. If you're on the YouTube version, I promise you can see it. So I was like, guys, I can totally get that to happen on a Discord video call. So I installed some software on my computer that would let me do like a virtual background. And it was like this really terrible, really dated software. And I made everyone stay up for like half an hour to wait
your
for me to
poor
do this.
mates.
And it happened. And it was kind of worth their time just because it was so shit, it was funny. But then, I was feeling disappointed in myself that I hadn't delivered enough. So it was just one of those spur of the moment decisions. I grabbed a roll of tape.
What the fuck? Yeah?
And I just started taping stuff to my torso.
What on earth is your problem, mate?
I started off with like a beer, like a fake beer bottle, and then another fake beer bottle. I taped like a vitamin C pill capsule to my body. I taped a photo frame to my body. I taped I taped a bong to my body.
Oh, Angus, like that's excusable if you're drunk, but you were sober.
I was fully sober. I just kept taping more and more random things to my body, and then I got like a roll of toilet paper and started like wrapping my face in toilet paper. But by this point, I was sharing screens with everyone and going on Omegle.
What the hell?
I was just showing random strangers me in just my underwear with all this stuff taped to me. And everyone was just so confused, and it was
Something
it was
about
hilarious.
me wants to hope that ASIO just spotted it and was like, what the fuck is this kid doing?
Yeah. So, but I use you know, we all get a bit kooky in quarantine, Zach. That's my excuse.
Thank God I'm not in quarantine with you. I'm glad I'm free to do whatever I want.
But yeah, that's
Which is
that.
not be on Discord call with you.
I don't need to touch any more on that. Zach, the great hacking.
I'm
What
glad.
is this?
Oh, we haven't talked about your balls.
Oh, my balls. Oh yeah, you put my balls down. Oh yeah, I skipped 2 things ahead on
You
our list
skipped
of
2
things.
things. Good work. I just wanted to ask a quick question. I had 2 questions. How are your balls going? Do we have an update on them?
No update. Still haven't been to the doctor. Still haven't called the doctor.
Angus, you... Far out. Okay, secondly, I got a question from a listener, actually, that wanted me to ask.
Regarding my balls?
Literally.
Okay.
Did you get a boner when you had your ball inspection?
No.
Oh,
I was
that's-
kind of worried I would. I didn't think it was going to happen, because why would it? But at the same time, you're also terrified it's going to happen, because if it does, what the f*** are you going to say? Like, but no, I did not get a boner during my ball
one
inspection.
assumes they would experience that quite often.
Yeah, probably, but I just didn't want to be one of those people, and I wasn't. So, yeah.
Anyway, that's literally all I had to ask about your balls. Feels weird asking about my mate's balls, but you just showed them to everyone on Omegle and Discord.
Especially
so-
when you're asking me if, like, the 2 questions you asked were, are they okay, and did you get hard, and I could only answer the second one. But I
Oh,
I
mate.
would assume Look, yes, I should have gone to the doctor by this point, but
100%.
I don't want to go out. I don't want to go out because I don't want to get COVID.
You can
'cause
call them. We've covered this many. We covered
we
this
have,
last
but
week.
I find it more intimidating to call someone than to go and see them in person.
Oh, Angus.
Anyway,
Well,
look,
we're not going to get any further asking you about this. Let's
I
move
would
on.
assume though. Yeah, I'll deliver the next ball update when it comes. But I would assume that if
Okay,
it
thank
was
you.
something bad, they would have to call me about it.
Maybe, but they might not have your details.
No, they definitely
Like-
have my details.
Yeah, but what if they recorded it wrong and they're calling the wrong number?
All right. Okay, I will. I'm not even gonna say I'm gonna do it because that's just not true.
If
I-
anyone else has any questions about Gus's balls, yeah, you can message
Yeah, if you have
me.
any Gus Ball questions, send them in, and I aim to have an update for myself more than anything by next week.
You have a game, Angus.
I do. I have a game. Less of a game, more of a prediction. I was gonna bring a fully fledged, brand new, never before seen game to the show this week, but in simple terms, I couldn't be flipped. So
Yeah, I get that. Not surprised, actually, considering you won't go to the doctors.
yeah. So I decided that because I had another idea for the show during the week that I couldn't be flipped doing. And it's sort of
Yeah.
a thing where it will go either one way or the other. So I'm going to give Zach a scenario. He's going to predict what will happen. And if he gets it correct, next week he'll get a point on the leaderboard. So,
Nice. I do need some points on the leaderboard, I must say.
Zach, I am going to attempt to cook an egg with nothing but hot hands.
I love hot hands.
Nothing but
No,
the
it-
heat from hot hands.
Oh.
I can use as
So you're-
many hot hands as I want and whatever tools I want, but all the heat has to come from the hot hands.
So essentially, you're asking me, will it cook the egg?
Will it cook the egg?
Oh, a simple yes or no. Okay, so
And if you want, I'll even throw in the fact that you get to choose how I cook the egg, like scrambled, boiled, whatever.
I'm thinking fried will be the easiest for you.
Yeah, that's probably correct. That was
So,
what I was
and to
leaning
what
towards.
consistency? To what consistency must the egg be cooked? Because I'm imagining that we're gonna meet in the middle of sunny side up and like people who like the middle of the egg cooked. So it's the middle of the egg has to be at least half cooked.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go no, it won't cook it. It'll get warm and you'll feel the white part of the egg will slightly cook, but it won't be cooked enough for you to eat and enjoy.
Okay, well, I mean, for me, I eat raw eggs sometimes, so, like, I'd probably enjoy it.
Does not count as cooked.
Yeah, I know, it doesn't count as cooked, and that is what matters in this scenario. So, Zach is predicting the egg will not be cooked, which means I'm going to try my hardest to make sure it will be cooked.
And we'll get an update on it next week.
Absolutely.
So, Angus, over the week, possibly one of the biggest things to ever happen in the tech world happened.
Yep.
Elon Musk, Bill Gates, and Apple were all hacked on Twitter.
Oh, yeah, I heard about this.
And it's not massive news. It's not too long that we're going to spend on this on the podcast. But it really makes you think, if they're not safe, who is?
Well,
Because it wasn't... So I read into this a bit more, and it wasn't a proper hacking. People from the inside, like on Twitter's side, helped the hackers.
oh, that's yeah, I haven't actually looked into it at all. I literally heard about this on the Kyle and Jackie O show.
Great.
So yeah, I have very limited information. I know what the scam was, that's about it. But yeah, I mean, if
So
Twitter
for people who
was...
don't know, they were all hacked on Twitter, and they told their followers to send Bitcoin to their Bitcoin address, and they would receive double the Bitcoin back.
Yeah.
And quite obviously they didn't, and they made nearly 50,000 Australian dollars from it.
Which is a lot of money. See, this is just how Kyle and Jackie O don't look into shit at all when they talk about it, because they were like, oh, it's millions of dollars, and I was like, I don't care enough
It
to
was
look
not
into it, but
millions
it's
of dollars.
definitely not millions of dollars.
Millions of dollars is not being... If you have Bitcoin, you're already a bit smart. If you have Bitcoin, you're not going to be sending millions of dollars to Apple or Bill Gates or Elon Musk.
Yeah.
I think
And
I've been
you wouldn't
pronouncing
expect
it Elon.
I would expect the majority of people wouldn't fall for that shit. Like, obviously,
Well, yeah, because you've got to be to an extent kind of smart to own Bitcoin.
I mean, not really. It's not that hard to purchase, but yeah, you're right. Like there would, but the percentage of people who own Bitcoin or know how to buy Bitcoin and who would be dumb enough to do that would be a pretty small percentage.
I agree. But
yeah.
you were talking about Kyle. Do you want to lead us into Kyle chat?
Oh yeah, here we go. It's time for this. Kyle Sanderlands, radio's biggest shock jock.
I'm a shower smoker. I'll smoke in the shower.
The man who never fails to surprise us. From fake health issues.
He's crying.
Well, there's a condition that I've been diagnosed with that I haven't spoken anyway about. Yeah.
Holy moly.
To real health issues.
I think I do have to have an operation on my throat.
We never know what to expect.
No way! No way! Not just I killed it!
This is Kyle Chat. That's right, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Kyle Chat. Possibly, maybe, no, I'm not even going to say it's the most exciting edition yet, but essentially...
God,
it's
what
the
if you
first
prepared to make it the most exciting? We've already asked.
No, I
if
said
we
it's
would
not the
buy...
most exciting, Zach. Make no mistake, it is not the most exciting Kyle Chat.
Oh, okay. Thanks. That's really makes the listeners want to
Ooh.
stay tuned.
It's going to be good. All the other Kyle Chats have been from news stories, and there's been less news stories about him recently, and I decided also that it's kind of... I don't want to base a whole segment about this man on just what the media says about him.
So what are you going to base an entire segment on?
Well, I decided if I listen to his show, I'm going to find out some things about him. And this week, Zach, I've listened to over 10 hours of the Kyle and Jackie
That's
show.
freaking crazy. If you put 10 hours into anything else in your life, think of how skilled you were, and instead you're wasting it listening to Kyle and Jackie O.
Well, I did it for the podcast, Zach, and also I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, of course you enjoyed it. I'm not surprised at that at all.
And I found out...
What did you find out?
I found out many things this week in those 10 hours, like male echidnas have 4 penises.
That's not useful.
Maybe not, Zach. Maybe not. Kyle also found out Kyle has no inner dialogue, according to him. You know that voice that talks to you inside your head when you're having thoughts? Kyle says he just doesn't have that.
Well, I'm not surprised that Kyle doesn't think. That's not news.
Yeah, okay. Well, we're going to move down a bit. Now...
So is Kyle Chat now just becoming a weekly summary
Kyle
of the
Gossip! So, Zach,
You didn't answer the question. Is this just going to become a recap of the Kyle and Jackie O podcast?
Yes.
Great.
So, Kyle was saying some things. I haven't made that many notes because I started listening to it for the show, and then I just realized I fucking love this and just stopped taking notes.
Right.
But Kyle said a few things. There's never a show where he doesn't say something that makes you go, how the f*** is he allowed on radio? I love that he is, but he says some crazy shit. Mainly about things that he's done where he's like, oh, have you done that, Jackie? And she's like, no, who the f*** would have done that? So they...
Oh God, I warned you. Angus, if you bring this segment to the show too often, is just going to die very quickly. And you're like, nah, I've got content.
I won't bring it next week unless there's some real interesting shit. But they were talking about revenge poos, Zach.
Revenge poos? I've never done a revenge
Well, that was the thing.
poo.
It was one of those things where Kyle was like, oh, they got on the subject of revenge poos because Amber Heard, Johnny Depp's ex-wife, did a revenge poo on his bed. And then Kyle was asking Jackie O if she's ever done a revenge poo. And Jackie O was like, no, what the f***? Kyle was like, well, I've done a revenge poo. Kyle then explained that he shit in a bag and lit it on fire on someone's doorstep. And then as I was listening to this, I was like, hey, I did a revenge poo once. Have you ever done a revenge poo, Zach?
I've never done a revenge poo, but it does remind me of a story I was told by a family friend recently, where they in their youth used to shit in paper bags, leave them on a doorstep, and light the paper bag on fire.
I've never done that, but I was with someone once. I'll leave them unnamed in this situation. But
Yeah,
let's
you know
just
what? I
say-
think when we're talking about revenge poos, unnaming someone is probably the best thing to do.
Yeah. So, yeah, I was with someone and we were at their apartment and there were people outside who just started like going at us for no reason. And then they pulled the fuse out and disconnected the power from this
Oh.
person's apartment. And we were real pissed off. And after pondering for a while, I was like, I'm just going to go take a shit outside their door. And so I did.
I really don't know if half the things you say on this podcast should be said, Angus. I feel like
Yeah,
this
but it's
could
like-
leave you
No,
criminally liable.
I'm the Kyle and you're my Jackie O. So you tell me.
So does that mean
oh, you
I'm
probably shouldn't be
extremely
saying these
hot
things,
and you're
then I
fat?
proceed to say them anyway. But because you said that I probably shouldn't have said them, that makes it fine.
No, that doesn't make it fine at all, because Kyle and Jackie O have money to defend themselves, and between both of us, you work at KFC, and that's our only income.
Look, they don't know who this person was. I pooed on someone's doorstep, allegedly.
Yeah, but if
so
that
then-
someone gets this audio, they can use that against you.
They won't know. They don't even know who I am.
Oh, well, that's a
Um,
great start.
So on Friday's episode of the Kyle and Jackie O show, Kyle said another thing where Jackie O was like, "No, what the f?" And I was like, "Wait, I've done that too."
Oh, God.
So they were talking about the Bachelor in Paradise and whether one of the contestants would have had sex, and Jackie O was like, "No, there were other people in the room," and Kyle was like, "Well, that's never stopped me," and Jackie O was like, "I would never have sex with someone in the room," and Kyle was like, "Nah, you wouldn't, would you? But I've done it many times," and I was like, "Oh, I've done that too."
I know this story. I know you've told me this story.
Should
or
I
at
tell the
least one-
story? I feel like I need to tell the story.
No, you
I'm
should
going to
not
very
tell the
briefly
story.
go over the story.
Great.
Was with some mates in the city. We were going to another mate's house. We went there. We arrived. He was asleep. We were outside. He wouldn't answer his phone.
much.
About an hour later, we were like, off because we had nowhere else to go. So we broke into his house. No, we didn't actually
is
break
illegal.
anything to get in. We entered his house without him knowing in the middle of the night. Obviously, he knew in the morning and he was fine with it. So just want to say that.
Did he know the other things that happened?
Yeah, I told him everything. So we went up to his room, stuck into his room. I was with two girls. One of them wanted to have sex with me. So we had sex on his floor while the other girl just sat in the corner, like on her phone.
I hate this story so much. I've heard it so many times, but I hate it so much.
And that's pretty much it. Then he woke up in the morning and we told him, and he was just like, "What the f?"
Can we move on from Kyle chat now?
We could absolutely. Oh, yeah, we can move on from Kyle chat.
I just have another listener suggestion. So I was asked, instead of interviewing Kyle, why don't we just continuously try to call up and get on his show?
That's not a bad idea.
Only
it
problem
wouldn't be
is,
that, I don't think it'd be that hard. But get on his show for what? Because they do different segments where we could
yeah,
get on.
if we can get a conversation in with him, then that counts as us interviewing him, and we can have guest appearances by Kyle.
Oh yeah, and we can put that clip on the show, right? Yeah, gotcha.
Only
Yeah,
problem is we live in Melbourne and they do the show from Sydney.
yeah, but Zach, I have decided that I'm going to be waking up at 6 a.m. every morning to listen to the show on weekdays, so I will be able to do that.
Yeah, but you can't contact them because you'll be redirected to Kiss FM Melbourne.
Surely there's still a way to call their number.
Maybe. We'll have to look into it, but I don't think so.
All right.
So that's my Kyle chat question. I have something else, Angus. Have you seen the Instagram accounts? What image are you? What frog are you?
Oh,
what
yeah, I have.
dildo
I've been-
are you?
I didn't find them, but I've been sent the one for me, I think. I forget what it
Yeah.
was, but it was real weird.
I just think they were funny for a few seconds, but they're gone. It's already a dead trend. This is coming out a week after we're recording it, so hopefully it's dead by now.
It was like
But
those. It's like you remember those computer generated inspirational quote accounts where it was
That
like,
was
"You did not wake up today to watch tentacle porn."
No, I don't remember that one in particular, Angus, but I do know the
That's the
accounts you're
only
talking
one I
about.
remember.
The accounts were funny, but they died super quickly, and a listener of this show will understand what I'm talking about. I'm not going to give their name away. There was an Indian Fact Genius Instagram account where it was essentially just mocking the fact that Indians don't have good English and putting up horrible facts. That was a funny meme, but it died very quickly when almost everyone got on board and started creating their own parodies.
Okay.
And I'm calling for us to officially ask for an end to the "what image are you"-esque Instagram kind of trend. I want it to die now.
And what do you want me to do about this?
I want you to help me die it.
Okay, but how? Do you have a battle plan? Do you have a strategy?
I don't know what the word is. Fight for them to be blocked. If someone sends it to you, yell at them. I don't know. I'm just really
I've
sick
only
of them.
been sent them. I got sent it by like 2 people, and
Are
that
you
was like
seeing them on
over a
other
week
people's
ago.
stories? Because I feel like I can't actually relate to you on what happens on social media because you do not follow anyone the same as me.
No, but also I don't look at other people's Instagram stories. I just expect people to look at mine because I'm a self-obsessed, pretentious dickhead, Zach.
Oh, this is a bit boring. Anyway, I hate the accounts and I think they should die because it's been very annoying and I'm not a fan of them.
And this is coming from Zach, who messaged me earlier in the week and said, "The show's getting too negative. We need more positive content."
I'm sorry. I'm getting bored.
All right.
Not
well,
bored, just I'm starting to hate it.
I'm
And I think
I'm also getting bored, Zach, and I'm getting so bored that one of my other ideas for the show this week was I decided that I wanted to make a group chat, right?
Yeah.
So I wanted to make an Instagram account with not my name connected to it, create a group chat, and I wanted to print out a bunch of invites to this group chat and just put them in everyone's letterboxes. Like, send out...
What the
Put like 1,000 group chat invites in random people's letterboxes and just see what happened, and then do like a weekly report of what all these random people are talking about in the group chat.
Yes, but that... Okay, I'm
Do
entertained.
you like the idea?
I like the idea. I'm a bit confused, but I like the idea.
So essentially, that's pretty much the idea. I understand why you might be slightly confused, because like, why? But there is no real reason, Zach. There's no real reason.
So have you started on this?
I haven't, because... So firstly, I found out which Melbourne suburb had the lowest median age, because I was like, younger people more likely to not just ignore it.
Yeah.
Then I printed out a bunch of invites, and I accidentally left the username of the Instagram account, because I haven't made it yet, as @blank.
Idiot. You
So then I was
absolute
like,
idiot.
and that was a few days ago. So then I was like, okay, I'll just bring it up on the show, see if Zach thinks it's a good idea, and I'll do it for next week.
Okay, I do think it's a good idea. So this is another promise that you have to fulfill, Angus.
Yeah, I've got a lot of them this week.
Considering you messaged me this morning and you were like, "Oh, I shouldn't promise any more promises."
Yeah, but this is content. I can't just not make good content because I don't want to make promises. Okay, guys, I'm not promising that this is going to happen, but look forward to it next week.
Okay. So Angus, I had a big problem. I discovered something over the week and I was so mad at it, and I want us to fix the alphabet. Now you might be a bit confused. I want you to head over to the planning
I
document.
might be a bit confused. What? Because I just don't automatically know why the alphabet is broken, in your opinion?
Yeah, so can you go into the planning document, and I want you to have a look at this. Do you see the letters I just placed on it? We're looking at the letter N.
Yes, Zach has put a capital letter N and a lowercase letter n.
So if you look at the capital... Now, if you're listening to this, I want you to either write down or just visualize the capital letter N and the lowercase n. The capital... And I think this is the only example in the alphabet at all where the letters are so close, like the capital and lowercase are so close to looking similar, yet so wildly off.
I don't.
So if you look at the capital N, it goes up on the left, down from the left to the right, and then up on the right. The
Yes.
lowercase n, to an extent, if you make it simple, it is up on the right, down from the right to the left, and down on the left. Because the dip appears on the left side of the N, making the lowercase n practically a reverse of the uppercase N. I hate it, and I think we should do a mirror flip of a lowercase n to make it more realistic.
I don't really care.
Why don't you care? This is like one of the most important things ever.
Honestly,
It's a monumental stuff up. I don't understand how we've lived this long having the N the wrong way around. I want justice for the letter N.
I don't care.
But why don't you care? Surely change is something that young people are really enthusiastic about. Why the hell don't you care about this? Angus, the letter N has not had justice ever. Fight for justice for the letter N.
I don't care. And I don't even care about the N I'm continuing to use in the word don't. Don't care about that N. Don't care about any other N.
Do you care about any letters?
No. I care about all the letters collectively because we use them to communicate. I don't care about any of them individually.
Honestly, I feel when they were creating the alphabet, someone accidentally used an upside down U instead of the N and was like, can't be f***ed, we've already printed it. Let's stick with it. And no one's noticed enough to care.
I just feel like there's no real... I don't think there has to be that much meaning to how the letters look. They
Not
work.
that much meaning,
They
Angus.
do their
People
job.
spend millions of dollars for letters to have a meaning.
They do their job. And
No, they don't. It's not doing its job because it doesn't accurately reflect an N.
Is it not doing its job? It just made the sound, so...
But that's what you've associated with it. What if it's always been wrong?
But, Zach, if we changed the way that a letter that we already know looked, then we have to relearn that letter. And we'll forever
Not
be like...
really,
"Oh,
when you're just
oh."
mirror image
You'll be
flipping
writing it and you'll be like, I accidentally wrote the old one.
The year changes each year and we still manage to get
Yes,
over
because
it.
it's made with the same characters, Zach.
The day changes each day. The hour, the minutes, the seconds change each day. But you know what? You live with it. Why can't we change the letter N?
Because that's not a valid comparison. The numbers that are used to create those times aren't changing.
I want justice for the letter N, and I cannot appreciate the fact that you're hating on me for the letter N being the wrong way around.
I just cannot appreciate the fact that you care this much about something so unimportant,
It's
Zach.
really important. How is it not important? They've bleeped up the letter N, and nobody gives a shit to fix it.
I'm speechless, Zach.
Are you speechless because you're so
I'm
surprised? that
speechless because I care so little. I have nothing more to say.
You're such a dog. Okay, fine. Permanently hate on the fact that I'm not happy with the letter N.
You can rally for change, Zach. Just know I won't be standing behind you.
That is so mean. You're meant to be supportive.
Well,
I
you need other
have my
people to
feeling.
support you. You can't just look to your co-host for everything in life, Zach.
I can look to you for support, Angus. I can look
Hey,
to
I'm
you
supporting
to help me
you.
here.
I literally, I got an iPhone yesterday. Don't have it yet, but we can be
That's
iMessage
not supporting me
buddies again,
because
Zach.
the iPhone has the lowercase n in it. The iPhone has a letter that I don't like.
So you're sad that you're sad that I own any phone now. You would
Yeah,
prefer
because
that I just don't
phone-
own a phone.
I don't even want you to use the word own because it has an n in it.
All right, guys.
How can you
I
support
had
this?
a very dream last night. I had a very dream last. That was
the hell
I
are
had
you
a
reading
very
this off?
I had a very strange dream last night without any of the words containing ends. You see how this creates us problems, Zach?
Yes, but you can still use the word problems.
All right, I really don't give a f***, Zach.
Wow, well at
And
least it
now
doesn't have an n in it.
I'm gonna tell everyone about my dream, okay? and I'm going to use
Okay.
all of the words with the letter N in them.
No, I don't want to hear it.
So I had a dream last night where I got a new job at Boost Juice, right?
Yeah. Oh, Boost Juice. That's nice.
And in this job, I was so happy that I wasn't working at KFC anymore.
Poor KFC.
I really hope they never watch this podcast because I
Why
haven't said
the hell
anything.
would
I-
you have you?
No,
like,
I
2
haven't
weeks
said
ago,
anything
You said, "Why on earth
speci-
do we sell coleslaw? It's stupid. Like, why would anyone pay $6?"
Yeah, but I haven't said
coleslaw?
anything specifically negative about KFC as a whole. I've just said I don't really like them that much.
I think
I
that's a
like
bit
the money
negative.
they give me. So I had a dream where I got a new job at Boost Juice, and I was like, oh, hell yeah, I'm working at Boost Juice. And you know how dreams don't follow the rules of logic at all?
No, they never make any sort of sense.
So I was being taught how to use the juice machines. And
Yeah.
then at some point, Ghislaine Maxwell showed up.
Like the one that
And but she showed up with like her own like mini military. A bunch of people carrying guns came running
isn't
in.
she meant to be in jail?
She is currently, I think. But
Oh,
a bunch
good
of
on her.
people came in with guns, started shooting, and at that point, the dream, like my perspective in the dream, changed from real life to being in a first-person shooter. So I had like video game controls all around me, and I was holding a gun. And then like something happened that caused like the building to cave in, and then massive spiders appeared everywhere.
What the
And-
hell is wrong with your dream? Wait, I
And
want to
I started shooting the spiders, and that was pretty much it. But
We're gonna decipher your dream. I'm googling dream meanings.
Zach's gonna analyze my dream and see what it means when Ghislaine Maxwell invades the Boost Juice you've just started working at,
Okay, yeah.
and you get attacked by giant spiders.
Okay, I think so. What do we want to start with? Criminal? With a criminal appearing in your
I mean,
dream?
criminal isn't very specific. I feel like pedophile is a bit more specific.
I don't think that's gonna be that specific. No, the dream dictionary is closed for maintenance.
Oh no, I guess we'll never know, guys. I guess we'll never know.
Wait. I think give me a second.
Alright. We'll just cut to whenever Zach works this out.
Here we go. Found it. Criminal. So, to see a criminal, that denotes that you will come into the possession of secrets of others, Angus.
Secrets of others. Well, I don't think I've got any yet. Maybe
And
it
then,
means that I'll give the secrets of others away like I did with your address.
Yeah, maybe. Well, yeah. So,
Except that happened before the dream, I think. Okay, what about people with guns?
guns. Okay, gun. Here we go. We've got guns. Oh, here we go. If you shoot a person with a gun,
Well, I was actually shooting giant spiders.
I guess that's the same. You will fall into dishonor.
Oh. Is falling into dishonor like getting down to your underwear and taping a bunch of stuff to yourself?
Are we just predicting your week here?
Yeah, pretty much, I reckon. Okay, what about the Boost Juice? I feel like the Boost Juice has to have something to do with it.
Juice?
Just juice, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, nothing for juice.
What about the spiders?
Yeah, I'll have a look at spiders. Oh, to kill one, it means you're fighting with your wife, Angus.
That's so specific, but I did kill a spider.
So you're fighting with your wife or significant other, Angus.
I feel like generally when someone kills a spider in their dream, it wouldn't be a giant spider and they wouldn't be killing it with a gun, but I guess I am fighting with Chelsea. We haven't been getting along that well recently.
Who's Chelsea?
You don't know about my wife?
No, I've got no clue.
I'm
you have a
married,
wife.
Zach. I've been married for years.
Oh, I'm
How did
so
you not-
proud of you.
How'd you not know about? No, I'm sadly. Maybe could my wife represent anything else? Look up the word wife.
Now we're straying a bit too far here, mate.
I just want to know what wife says.
Okay, wife says... Oh, there's something about your wife whipping the husband. It foretells unlucky influences which will cause harsh criticism.
Okay.
Yeah. So
This-
essentially you're getting... This is a bit too far, though.
Yeah. I reckon we end the show there.
Angus is foreseeing bad future with his wife.
Yeah, maybe it doesn't have to be right now. Maybe it just means when I get married, it's not going to go well, which just reaffirms my current belief that I should never get married. So,
well, yeah, I was about to say, if you ever plan to get married, that's really not looking good for you.
Yeah, well, I never planned to get married, but now I'll know if anyone ever... I mean, yeah, I don't think anyone's ever going to ask me, because the man...
You can ask.
I'm not ever going to ask, Zach, because the only way I would ever get married is if I accidentally said yes to someone else asking me.
Oh, that's a perfect goal, Angus.
Absolutely. Alrighty. I hope you guys enjoyed the Zach and Gus podcast this week.
If you did, leave us a review on iTunes for 5 stars and tell your mate that you enjoyed the podcast.
Tell 5 mates. Right now. Right now. You're not even allowed to listen to the next episode.
Now, we tried this in one of the earlier episodes and everyone was like, oh, I didn't do it. If you are hearing this, we want you to leave us a rating and you to tell us.
You
tell your mate. We're pointing our fingers at you.
You.
You're probably smirking and going, haha, he's talking to me, but I'm not going to do it. You're going to do it.
Yeah, don't disobey us. This isn't
This isn't a joke. We need you to help us grow.
Yeah. All right. Thank you,
guys. Even if it's just putting it on your story, or if it's privately messaging your mates and going, hey, I really enjoyed this podcast. You will too. Listen to the podcast.
All right. Thank you guys for listening. Only thanking you if you shared it with your mates, and we'll see you next week.
Otherwise, no thank you for listening.
That brings us to the end of another Zach and Gus episode.
You can like us on Facebook, Zach and Gus.
You can follow us on Instagram at Zach and Gus.
And you can contact the show anytime by emailing zachandgusshow@gmail.com.
Make sure you hit subscribe, and we'll see you next week.